Good afternoon. I am Dom.
I am Jamie.
And welcome back to the cutting room floor. You can hear the excitement in my voice because I put this man through the ringer because he had no choice, though. He had no choice but to watch it because it's getting too much attention.
It is.
You know, awards are being won for it. Nominations are being given. And this movie's it's just a fucking ride.
Didn't you get best screenplay at the Cannes?
Yes, it did.
Festival?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I think it should have won the Palm over Honora, although I love Honora and Sean Baker. I would have rather them switch. I would have rather The Substance won the Palm and Honora won best screenplay. But
okay.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. But The Substance today, Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid,
brother of
Randy Quaid,
yes, yes.
The better Quaid.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Uncle of Jack Quaid.
Uncle of Jack, you know.
Dennis Quaid is obviously the father of Jack.
The father of Jack.
But Randy would be the uncle.
The reason we're laughing at that, guys, is because I did a review on this on my own channel, and I kept calling this motherfucker Randy. It's so funny, like when I was editing it, I was like, this is actually funny. I'm just not even going to correct it. I'll just drop a comment and say something.
I could tell you were just like, you had to talk about it.
Fuck. I was just
you're like, dude. I got to talk about this film because it hit me so deeply.
It hit me in the chest, hit me in the gut, hit me in the butt. It hit me. You know?
There is a lot of butt in this movie.
It's a lot of butt, a lot of titty, a lot of skin.
Yeah.
All right, The Substance, guys. So if you watch film, you must be living under a rock if you don't know at least what this movie is. The Substance is a film about aging and how difficult it can be to deal with that. That's just the film summary in like a one sentence nutshell. It's much deeper than that, which we'll get into. But I absolutely adore this film. This was my favorite film of the year. And I've watched a lot of new movies in the last few weeks, like a lot. And this is still my favorite film of the year. Even though I've watched some good ones. Maria on Netflix is good. It's What's Inside on Netflix. Gladiator 2 is decent. You know, Juror Number 2 is decent. His Three Daughters was really good. You know, there's some stuff I'll watch. But nothing compares to The Substance, because The Substance is just the wackiest film I've seen in a while. It feels like
Toxic Avenger in a way.
Yeah.
Like that level of like I hate to say low budget, but it's like a low budget horror movie that's sort of a comedy and a drama all the same time. Oh yeah,
because this movie's funny as shit, in my opinion. I laughed a lot at it, but I have a twisted sense of humor.
But especially like when they're exercising.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You want to look like a big old floppy jellyfish on the beach? I'm like, dude. It's oh my god!
Yes, yes.
When I first saw it, well, you know, you say it's low budget, but I actually think the production value is incredible.
No, I think it's made to look that way.
Oh yeah, especially the way it ends.
Yes.
It's definitely an ode to, you know, John Carpenter. And David Cronenberg. And dudes like that.
I was thinking of David Cronenberg most of the time.
I mean, Coralie Farge was like, I was directly influenced from The Fly, was directly influenced from The Thing and shit like that. And I love that she wore her influences on her sleeve throughout the whole film. She doesn't hide it, and I like that. But she makes this shit her own, man, with the color and the score and the use of sound and
that Euro techno soundtrack.
That score is so fun, and then just the little sound bites they cut in whenever they talk about The Substance. It keeps you like.
Yeah, because like, where is that voice coming from?
And man. And then when they call him, we'll get into all that. But there is so much to love about this film. But there's also things, if somebody was like, dude, I didn't like this, that, or the other, I couldn't blame them. This is a weird-ass film. Some weird shit happens in it. But I think this was one of the most creative ways to cope with getting older as a woman. Because Coralie Farge, the director, wrote this because she felt that way. I think she said she was approaching like 42 or 3 and was feeling like Hollywood and everyone else was casting her aside. because of her age. And so she started writing the screenplay. I think she said it took about 5 years.
Wow.
And I mean, she wrote her ass off. But one thing I love about the screenplay is, and just the movie itself, it's very dystopian. This is not a normal world.
No, but like the weird thing is, it's normal for the people
For
that
the
are in
people
it.
in it. Oh yeah, it feels absolute for us.
Like,
It's like, what?
Is this?
It's like, come on, we know there was the substance itself is the idea of it alone is like, you never fucking see this like in a normal world.
I was wondering too if an influence would have been like, remember when they cloned that sheep and they had Dolly the sheep and it was like a perfect clone?
Yes.
And then they found out it was riddled with cancer.
Yeah, it was all fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if that was sort of like a kernel also.
Maybe. I'm sure. I mean, 5 years, shit. Obviously, she was reading a lot, watching a lot, doing a lot of research. And dude, she just wrote her ass off with this. Like, but you can tell she made it. It's modern day, but you can tell she's a product of the '80s with the whole workout thing and the way they're dressed and the colors.
Oh yeah,
shit like that.
Because Demi Moore is more like Jane Fonda.
She's more like Jane Fonda. Yeah, absolutely. And I was like, that's immediately who I thought about when I saw him. Like, oh, she like my girl Jane.
Yeah,
you know
of course.
I mean? I'm like, I love the music and even her background chicks.
Yeah.
They're all probably younger than her, but they look old. You know, they look like they're in their not old, excuse me, but look like they're in their mid 50s, early 60s.
They're not the ones that were dancing with Sue.
They definitely are. We were not pumping it up yet. Chicks, they might have a hard time pumping it up. Contract.
Oh my god!
Contract.
What?
I was like, what the fuck kind of dance workout? I was like, this is very sexual.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, this is almost pornographic.
That's
But I think it's supposed to be because it's showing how women are objectified.
Women are objectified, yes.
And some women, for the attention,
they'll go to this. No problem. They'll change their whole body appearance, whatever. I was at the gym just 45 minutes ago. This girl had the worst BBL I've ever seen, bro. She was probably like 120 pounds, but her ass was a foot off of her. I'm like, dude, you look insane. You know what I mean? I'm like, it looks like if I poked your ass with a pen, it would be like just balloons. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's not like, dude, her face was like, and this woman was probably 30 years old, bro. Her face, you could see all the work she got done. Her cheeks were so fucking high up. Her smile, she looked like the things from Smile, the movie. Like all I'm like, God damn, woman, you probably looked fine before, but whatever. But it's just wild because this movie is tackling shit that you would think is only in Hollywood. It's very Hollywood influenced, but dude, I see this shit on the streets now. I see these women fake everything, fake lips, face, nose, ass, titties, everything. I'm like, I see women with BBLs all the time now. I'm like, when did this become so common? When did women get the money to spend? I'm like, this shit is not cheap. I'm like,
you gotta go to Brazil for that.
You do. You gotta go to Brazil. And it's like, of course, we always looked at plastic surgery and things like that in Hollywood because they were the people who could afford it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you can go get lip fillers. You can call some chick, meet her in a hotel, get some fillers.
Oh,
you know
they just like Botox.
They'll give you a shot, shoot you up real quick. You meet her a couple times a week or every few weeks, and get boom. Like, it's very accessible. People taking Ozempic. I'm like, damn, whatever happened to good old diet and exercise? I guess that shit is over.
Yeah, look, I didn't do that, but I don't do Ozempic.
You don't do Ozempic. Yeah. I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, I'm totally cool. If you don't want, and dude, you don't need Ozempic. Like, that's for a fatty, bro. Like, you're not big like that at all.
Diabetes and stuff?
Yes, I think it's diabetic medicine, so people who don't need it are the ones getting it. And the people who need it are getting some shitty version of it that don't work nearly as good. But as
it's called a special Ozempic, I guess.
Yeah, what they call it on the South Park special? They call it the Lizzo. They're like, just pretend you're skinny.
Oh my god,
bro! You gotta watch that shit. It's funny as hell, bro.
Oh my
I was
god,
cracking up. I was like, bro, these guys are fucking nuts. But this world that Coralie Farge created is. it's dystopian in nature, but it's very lived in and feels real. Like it feels real for them. It feels real for us, even though we know like this is not a real world. First of all, we don't live in a world where people watch workout shows on TV. You might watch it on YouTube as a niche thing, but you're not. She's not gonna. This bitch will not get famous from doing Pump It Up on TV. Like you're not about to be the next big thing from that.
Yeah, and like, then you're gonna do our New Year's special.
Yeah, like
you're the next Ryan Seacrest.
Real right, like because you did a work because you popped your booty on TV. Like, come on, bro. And it seems like Elizabeth Sparkle was an actress first and transitioned into this in her later career, which makes more sense, like Jane Fonda. So it's like you got your fame through your real talent, and now you're just doing this because you look good and you know how to do it. So that's fine.
And it pays the bills.
Pays the bills. Because Elizabeth Sparkle, her place was sick.
Yeah, like, it was.
And, you know, she clearly has some bread. You know, I mean, obviously. I mean, she probably been famous 30 years, 40 years. Or not 40, but because she's only supposed to be 50. So probably 30 years, but she was 20, you know, somewhere around there. So, I mean, I just thought this film's themes it tackled were outstanding. You know, obviously coping with age. And it's not just in women. I think men can relate to this movie too. It hit me. I'm like, well, I take the substance? Not now. Because my clone would only be like a teenager. I'm like, So I'm like,
to go to school.
Yeah, I'm like, this, right? Let me wait 10 more years. Like, let me wait 10 more years. then I'll call him. I'm like, I don't do it now. I'll be like, and I'm like,
baby will pop out.
Dude, right? I feel like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up to be a father.
Yeah,
like,
but you won't be able to take care of it.
Yeah,
and it won't be able to
like,
look up the nutrients.
I don't know what's going on. That wouldn't work out. But but it did make me think, like, man, there are days. Oh my God, I miss being 23, 22.
Yeah.
You just wake up spry, feeling good, can do whatever, hit the gym for 2 hours, don't feel it, you know, act a fool in the streets, get hammered, drunk, whatever. Wake up next day like it's nothing. No, them days is over. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
them days is over.
Sadly,
Yeah, so.
Mine have been long gone.
Yeah. I'm like, shit, mine are long gone at this point. I'm like, I don't party no more. I mean, I'll sit back, I'll drink or whatever, but like, me going out and getting sloshed, like, no, that shit's done. Getting sloshed, no. But this movie tackled some brilliant themes, Like I said, obviously dealing with the whole age crisis. I thought it had a little bit of a mother-daughter thing going on between the two of them.
It is like almost like a generation gap.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a lot like Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the idea of Back to the Future was like, if I went back in time and met my parents in high school, would I be friends with them?
Would we be friends? Yeah.
But this is like, if my younger self came forward in time, would
my older self be cool?
Yeah. And it's like, no
way, fuck you, you're an asshole.
and the younger self hated the older self too.
I was like, you're an asshole.
It made me question some things that you went over in your other review, because like, did the younger version have the memories of the older version? Because she didn't seem to. She seemed to have some.
I think she had. I don't think she had necessarily the memories.
The maturity.
I think they just had shared consciousness.
Yeah. Okay.
Certain things that Elizabeth knew, Sue would know, instinctual things.
Yeah.
But not necessarily memories. Like Sue wouldn't know that Elizabeth might have been assaulted when she was 25. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she would know things like that.
Because she was lacking the maturity that Elizabeth had.
And maturity comes with experience and age. So, yes, I think they share consciousness. They were very similar. I really think it was how Elizabeth probably acted in her 20s. So,
probably.
But I do think a lot of the shared knowledge did trickle down. Because I'm going to just tell y'all my main nitpick right now. It's the closet building scene.
Oh, yeah.
One, I'm not wasting an entire week of my young life building a closet.
Yeah.
When you only have 7 days to do what you got to do.
And no one else is coming in the apartment.
Exactly, dude. I'm like,
at that point. But
I'm like, dude, just get a room. Just get a room.
Yeah, aren't there plenty of rooms?
Yeah,
it's a huge apartment.
Huge-ass apartment. I'm like, there's at least 2 or 3 open bedrooms.
And there's got to be other closets.
Yeah, yes. And I'm like, dude, that's you. Take care of yourself. Put yourself in a bed. Cover her up. Like,
Yeah,
you got her laying on the
always
floor, ass naked, looking crazy.
Every week, one of them is laying there.
I go in, if I was a female, I go in once a week, prep my older self up, put a little makeup on her, make her feel, you know what I mean? It's you. Take care. Like, literally in the movie, she says, remember, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I would be doing. And obviously, Sue fails to realize that you need to take care of your older self because this is you and you are nothing without this person.
Yeah, yeah.
So and that's a whole nother theme that's big, like people thinking you need people. And no matter how good you are, how good looking you are, whatever, there's someone in life you're going to need at some point. And Sue needed herself. She needed Elizabeth. And obviously, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. There's so much, bro. The male gaze in this movie is crazy. And so much so that I was like, a woman directed this? This is kind of nutty.
Yeah.
But then it made sense by the end because I'm like, of course a woman directed this. She's felt this. She's lived this.
Yeah.
She knows this. And she knows this is what it feels like to her. How a lot of that shit made us uncomfortable watching it. That's probably how women feel in these situations.
Yeah. Now I do have a question, and I'm not going to reveal what it is, but do you think that scene at the end uses more of a certain special effect than like Kill Bill and Evil Dead 2? You know what I mean?
It reminds me of Carrie.
It does remind me of Carrie also, but because there's
there's so much of it.
Yeah,
it might be more.
Yeah,
and I think she said she's like, I just wanted to have fun.
Yeah,
I just wanted to have a blast at the end. She said I wanted to literally slap everyone in the face.
Yeah,
and that's what I did.
Yeah,
because when I first saw it, I was like, this movie is fantabulous. This ending is weird as fuck. And then
it was a very Carrie. She carried herself.
She carried herself. Yes, and after watching about 4 or 5 times, I was like, I do kind of love this ending, and it makes me laugh so much now. Like when I was watching it this time around, I was cracked from the time we get.
Wait, what number is this, by the way? How many times have you seen it so far?
This is like 9, maybe.
Wow,
8 or 9.
Wow,
yeah, I've seen it a lot. Yeah, this is Look, I'm just fucking love the film, dude. After I first saw it, bro, and you know what? It was a great night. I watched Saturday Night and then watched The Substance.
Wow.
For the first time, both of them back to back.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, what a fucking Saturday night this was.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It's a good double feature.
It was a great double feature. 2 entirely different films, but love them both. But The Substance, we'll get into it. So let's get some stats going, all right? First things first, Demi Moore has won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy for this role. She was absolutely incredible. She's also nominated for a SAG Award for Best Actress in some good company, too. And that was a pretty big deal because you don't have to split categories like you do in the Globes.
Yeah.
She had a better shot at winning at the Globes. But the fact she made it in this short list of 5, it's really looking good for the Oscar for her.
Wow.
All right. Rotten Tomatoes, 90%.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
IMDb, 7.4. Letterboxd, 3.8. So we're looking at some pretty good scores here.
And it's still new.
It's still new. And I think it's going to... I think age is only going to do this film well. We'll be talking about this film 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. This movie is a game changer, if you ask me. Even though it's clearly influenced by a lot of other stuff. Nobody's made a cocktail of magic like this in a while.
It's in a way, it's almost like Birdman. How that showed like what happens to older male actors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't fucking think about that, but that's absolutely incredible. And it is very comparable because Michael Keaton's character was living in this past character and Elizabeth was stuck in this workout girl thing.
Yeah.
They were both stuck in these identities that they couldn't escape. And
if you think about Demi Moore's acceptance speech for the Golden Globe,
I'm not crying.
She was always typecast, let's just say. And that's what Reagan was in Birdman.
Yep.
He was always typecast after that, and he was trying to do something serious.
Something different.
To get to be legitimate.
Yep. Took Demi Moore into her 60s to be legitimate.
Yeah, look, even Michael Keaton, because he's in his 70s now.
Yeah.
So it took him till his 60s.
He was what, He was like, what, late 50s, early 60s?
I think he was probably the age she is now.
3? Yeah, probably 62 or 3.
Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah,
he's
it's
incredible in that. He's so good in that. Yeah, that's very comparable. That's actually a great comparison. So, I mean, whew, where do we start? So
I'm leaving. Like, I'm going to interject, but because I do have different ideas about different parts of the film.
Yeah,
but I know this is your favorite
film of the year.
And didn't you say it might be
probably
one of your
my favorites ever?
Ever, yeah. So it's like
listen, a movie that's been out since October that I've seen almost 10 times, and we're in early January. That's probably saying something. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
So The Substance. So it stars Demi Moore, and Demi Moore given up career best, no questions asked, a career best.
Yeah.
Demi Moore is playing an aging actress. Sounds like she won an Oscar back in the day. Has a star on Hollywood. Her name is Elizabeth Sparkle, which I love that name. And now she's 50 years old, and she's doing workout shows like back in the 80s at Jane Fonda style, and all her backup dancers are they're Margaret Qualley later calls it Jurassic Fitness. And I mean,
oh my gosh, she does.
When you look at Demi, you're like, okay. When you look at the backup dancers, you're like, shit is looking Jurassic. I mean, it was like, I mean, them chicks didn't look happy to be there.
But the thing is, like, I remember exercise videos from the 80s.
Sure do. We got a Jane Fonda tape right here.
Yeah, right here. But and if you watch it, that's what it was an exact.
Mm-hmm. The outfits, and everything. Yeah.
The lighting, the sets.
Yep. Set designs in this film are great. First of all, it's extremely colorful, and I do think the colors serve a purpose. There's a reason that bathroom was white.
Yeah, I like how clinical it was because they were doing all the
medical shit on the white floor.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought that was a great touch. Coralie, this woman, man, she wrote her ass off with this shit. But you see Demi Moore giving her a little thing, and she's one of the funniest lines of the whole movie is right there at the beginning. She says, "You want to look like a big old floppy jellyfish on the beach." And, she got the leg warmers on, back in the day, the tight little, spandex, bright ass blue, little outfit, but.
Yeah, didn't they call it like a unitard?
Unitard, something like that.
I didn't know if that word was allowed to be said anymore. I don't know if that's still a word. Because of the last 4 letters of it.
Oh, come on.
Look.
I mean, yes.
If you wear it once, it's a unitard. If you wear it twice, it's a...
Chill.
Okay. That's terrible.
That's pretty funny.
I thought of something the other day. I wanted to text you, but I didn't know how to text it. So you know how people say you should never speak ill of the dead?
Yeah.
Tell me something good about Hitler.
Well,
I know, exactly. I know. I thought of that the other day, and I was like, wow. That's how you get people. Anyway.
That's how you get them. But I think one thing, excuse me, I don't care how old you are, I think we can all agree Demi Moore looks absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah, she does.
She is 62 in this movie, playing a 50-year-old. And when I saw her, I was like, wow, she still looks fucking great. I was like,
yeah, she does. You know what? I realized, in that mirror scene, your favorite scene.
One of the best.
I'm like, wow, she is a better looking Courtney Cox.
Dude,
yeah, I think, right?
It is insane. When I was, that's the scene. I was like, gosh, she reminds me of Monica, just brighter looking.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was like, she just reminded me of Monica.
Yeah,
Courtney Cox is pretty cute.
But Courtney Cox now looks terrible because of
all the work
surgery
she got done. Yeah, but back in Friends days.
But if she wouldn't have gotten the plastic surgery,
she would literally be Demi Moore.
This could have been.
She could have played it. Yeah, she could have played it. I don't know if she got the.
I don't think she has.
She got the chops.
No,
I don't know if she got the chops.
I'm just saying, because they could have cashed in on the Friends.
They could have cashed in on the Friends vibe. Friends is hot right now.
Yeah,
Perry died recently.
Yeah, white Friends.
Like,
yeah.
So It's Demi Moore's 50th birthday. She wraps up her show, her little workout show. She walks down this bright orange hallway, and there's pictures and posters of her throughout the decades.
Yes.
And truthfully, I thought she was looking better now than she was in some of the older ones.
And the weird thing is, they took those pictures.
Those are real pictures. I was like, those are real. That was definitely her. I was like, that's how she looked, everything. And they did a good job with that. And everyone's telling her happy birthday, and she seems like she's in good spirits. And she needs to go to the bathroom, and the women's bathroom is closed. So she says, fuck it, I'm going to just run in the men's real quick. She pokes in, she doesn't see anyone, she runs in, jumps in the stall. No problem. Well, her boss comes in, Dennis, not Randy Quaid. And
although with that camera angle, he looked kind of like Randy.
Yeah,
he was. That was a crazy camera angle, but I loved it.
Dude, there's a lot of close-up shots of faces, and like, especially Harvey, or Dennis Quaid's character. They show him close up a lot, and they do that on purpose. There's a lot of close shots, a lot of just true, like, in your face. That it's such an in your face movie. The whole film is in your face. Like I said, the use of sound. Like later on, when you hear Sue drinking that Diet Coke, you hear the fizz sounds like someone put it in your ear. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's like it's almost like you can feel it on her lips through the use of sound. It's the editing is fucking fantastic. Anyway, so he's on the phone. He comes in the bathroom, take a quick piss. He's wearing an insane suit.
And he doesn't wash his
hands at all.
Oh,
and he says some ridiculous stuff here. Essentially, I'll get to it in quotes because, I got it in quotes. He basically says we need to fire fucking Elizabeth because she's too fucking old.
Yeah, we need someone 25
or younger. Yep. Yeah. As he says, a woman's fertility begins to drop at 25.
Yes.
He literally said that.
Yeah, he must have been talking to Leo.
Yeah, that's right.
He lost to say that. He lost to agree with that. Who else? No one.
He literally was on the phone. Yo, that's funny as shit. So, that was great. So Elizabeth obviously hears this. And of course, like anyone else, it would break your heart and hurt your feelings because, excuse me, I mean, you've been doing this. People apparently still like you enough to where they're watching you. I mean, I'm sure the older crowd was watching her, which is like, guess what? There's just as many 40, 50-year-olds as there are 20-year-olds. So.
Yeah, because look, Richard Simmons used to do exercise videos.
Yeah, he was.
Everybody would watch him.
He wasn't even that good a shape.
No,
he wasn't. If I saw him, he was like, I run a workout program. I'm like, you do?
But I think he used to weigh a lot more.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like he lost like a few hundred pounds.
Which is great.
He lost a few Richard Simmons.
He lost a couple of hymns. Yeah, for sure. So, obviously, she overhears this, and this would break anyone's heart. And, of course, Dennis Quaid's character's name is Harvey. How funny. I think a little wink at Hollywood there.
I didn't even think about it.
Oh, yeah. Yes. They named him Harvey.
You're right, because he's a lascivious creep.
Yep, he's a fucking creep.
And it actually makes sense. You're right.
Makes sense. And so he invites Elizabeth to lunch to essentially fire her in a scene where we see this man eat prawns in the most disgusting, visceral way I think I've ever seen someone eat anything.
And that fly, it was on him first, and then it was in his drink.
Then it gets in the drink, and bro, he's wagging one of the shrimp around.
Yes.
And Demi's just looking at him like he's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
like he's just looking at him like he's crazy. He's shoving his mouth all over. I'm like, Jesus, dude, this guy needs a bib. And he's talking, he's just talking out the side of his fucking neck. Like, really. And he pretty much tells her, at 50, it stops. And she's like, what stops? And I literally said the same when I first saw. I was like, what stops? She's like, what stops? And he don't have an answer.
No.
He's just like,
and he looks ready to see somebody.
And he sees somebody he knows. He's like, hey, my homie, what's good, brother? And he's like, hey, you got this, right? And he bounces.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got the check, hopefully.
Yeah.
He probably left her the bill. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
And prawns aren't cheap. And they were drinking. Oh, come on.
And they were, head on the prawns.
Yeah, bro. Too. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, that was $200-$300 lunch. You know what I mean? And he probably left her with the bill. He's like, a little parting gift for you. Even though she didn't eat anything.
No,
she didn't have anything. Probably, because this woman probably doesn't eat.
Yeah.
To keep herself in shape for this show and stay in as young as possible.
And that would explain.
And that explains later on as we go through.
Yeah.
So Harvey's insane, but you can't help but love him because you never see Dennis Quaid like this.
No.
So Dennis Quaid is playing a great performance here. He is killing it. I loved him. He was so energetic and just vibrant and very much like how I would picture some kind of Hollywood exec, showrunner, whatever to be.
Yeah.
And he was just nuts. And the suits alone, his outfits alone were just so fun. But Dennis Quaid looks great. He's like 70-something.
Is he?
Yeah, he looks great.
Oh, yeah, because he started acting early 80s or 70s.
Yeah. He's been around. So,
yeah, wow.
Yeah, he looks great in there. And so Elizabeth is obviously upset. She's driving home. She's in her red car with her big yellow coat, pea coat. And I mention the colors of things because they're important.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, like that yellow coat, you see that thing through the whole fucking movie.
And yellow, believe it or not, in certain cultures, it represents the goddess Oshun.
I don't know what that is.
Like African like religions that were brought over with the transatlantic slave trade and stuff.
I need to get my African religious game up.
Believe it or not, I think she has to do with like water and stuff too. So I think so that color usually represents that kind of thing, and it might actually make sense now that I said it, just because of the substance being a liquid and what happens later.
You know, I just think, she was meant to sparkle your life, Elizabeth Sparkle. Yeah. So I felt like she should be a bright and vibrant person who she was trying to be. It's just like Harvey says later to Sue, we want a show that's happy and fun like you. So I feel like Elizabeth always felt like she needed to be happy and fun because she gets dark as this shit goes on, and man.
I feel like she gave up so much of her life for others.
Yep. And her career.
And her, So, like, it seemed like she didn't have kids.
No kids,
she
no
never
husband.
got married.
Yep. That's what I was like, bro, if this woman had a husband or even just a boyfriend, she would have never did this.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm like, just anyone. She was alone. It sounds like she didn't have any family or anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one was calling her. No one came. Only person she interacted with was her fucking housekeeper. And I'm like, Consuela's your only friend?
Yeah.
Like, it's transactional,
Yeah, it is.
You spend all your time alone except when you're at work, and you probably work an hour a day. You don't take that long to shoot one of them Jones. So it's like you're spending most of your time alone, and you can see that. And I think that explains a lot of the knowledge she has later, like how she knew how to build the closet and things like that. Because I'm like, if she was alone all her life, she had to learn some shit probably.
Yeah, she did.
And some DIY, or maybe and that's one thing I like. We don't know where Elizabeth we don't know anything about her except she's famous.
Yeah.
We don't know who she could have been married to a carpenter back in the day or some kind of contractor. He could have taught her some things. It made it sound like she grew up in Indiana, so she could have been a farmhand. Shit from her dad. You never know.
That's what Sue says. It could have been a farm.
She was like, it could have been a farm. So I'm like, obviously, she's got to be telling Elizabeth's story just through her. Because, like I said, they share consciousness. And that's the whole thing. Remember, you are one. And that's what the dude, he's like, you bitches don't understand. You bitches are one bitch.
Yeah.
You keep saying her and she, it's you. And that's the beauty of it. So, Elizabeth's cruising on home, feeling sad, looks up, sees her billboard getting ripped down.
Wow.
Can't fucking stand the side of it, gets smacked by a car, rolls a whole bunch of times. I was like, damn, this bitch gonna die in the first.
Yeah.
I was like, she already in a car wreck. So she gets wrecked up, but she wasn't paying attention. She didn't know what was coming. So her body didn't tense.
Yeah.
Likely why she had no injuries.
So probably,
She goes to most people, if you know you're about to get in an accident, you get scared, you tense up, that's when you get hurt. It's like, so she was just cruising, boom, she wasn't thinking about it. So she was just, gosh, she was getting rolled.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, damn, not even no cuts or nothing? I'm like, shit, girl, you tough. I'm like, this bitch tough. She ain't hard. I'm like, you know what, rehire her. I'm like, she's the hardest woman alive. We about to spin this story and run in her favor. So she's at the doctor, and this is a terrible birthday. You get fired, you got in a car accident. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, because that was after.
That was literally the same day.
Yeah.
This is all on the same day. It's probably within an hour. So the doctor's like, oh, my wife's a huge fan. The doctor, he's probably mid-40s. So his wife's probably mid-40s or maybe older, a little younger. Someone who would know who she is, But she didn't care about none of that. She's crying, and the little gay assistant with
The
the
nurse.
ice blue eyes, the nurse with the ice, his eyes,
kind of like a creepy
Ken
Dave
doll.
Franco.
Yeah, he looked like a Ken doll to me. I was like,
Yeah.
this dude looks plastic. I was like, he doesn't even look real.
But he did look like that old dude later.
He did, especially at the birthmark and everything. Yeah. Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth is sad, and so the dude's like, yeah, and he's like, oh, let me just do one more test. And so he starts checking her spine. Obviously, later you understand why. The spine is very important to the use of the substance. So he starts checking her spine, and she's like, oh, I thought you were done. He's like, oh, yeah, it looks great. I mean, everything looks good. You're a good candidate. She's like, what? No, you're good to go. And she's like, and he grabs her arm before she leaves, and he tells her, good luck. And he looks at her all funny, and I'm like, all right, guy, freaking Ken. I'm like, what are you doing? And so he slid her a little something in her purse. It's a flash drive with a phone number on it, and it's wrapped in a white piece of paper, and it says, it changed my life. Now, he doesn't say how it changed his life, for the better or for the worse.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I realized later.
It changed his life, yes. So,
and it's the young dude saying it.
It's the young dude saying it, yes. So, but it is shared consciousness. So,
yeah.
And while she's outside, looking great, Fred comes up. A friend from, we won't call him a friend, a guy who knew her from high school. This bitch didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
She was popular, most likely.
Yeah, that's hard. Because she looked like that in high school.
Yeah, so I'm like, if you look like this now, I can only imagine you in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he pulls up, he said, oh my God, Lizzie Sparkle? Oh my God, I can't believe it. And she's like, do I know you? He's like, it's Fred from 10th grade homeroom. He's like, oh, she's like, oh yeah. He's like, I followed your whole career. He's like, wow. He's all, this dude's basically starstruck. Yeah. And he's like, wow, you haven't changed a bit. You're still the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world, which I thought was very sweet.
Yeah.
And something she probably needed to hear in that moment. And he's like, listen, like, I know since we're reconnected, maybe he shot a shot. He's like, maybe we have a drink or something. And she's like, he's like, oh no, you're busy. She's like, well, give me your card. You never know. And it's like, she's like, well, I do have some free time. You know what I mean? So she's like,
especially now.
Yeah, she's like, I need somebody to fucking lick my wounds for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's keep it
other parts.
Or other parts. Yeah. And all that, whatever. So this guy pulls out a sheet of paper and writes his number on it. And it's his like medical. I guess
he goes to the doctor. I think.
And so he's like, don't look at my cholesterol levels. They're a disaster. They're a disaster.
And he drops it in the
mud. It's still. I'm like, dude. Do you have a phone? I'll just punch my damn number in.
Yeah. Anyway. Like, why is he still writing it down?
Writing it on your medical history. He's like, don't look at my cholesterol levels. Like, that is not getting the kitten wet, bro. I'm just telling you that, right? I don't care what age you are.
I don't know. It might.
No, man with high cholesterol. You eat real dirty.
Yeah. So I don't have to wipe his mouth.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So
because you eat dirty.
You eat dirty, yeah. So she takes his number, and she goes back home, and she pops in the flash drive for the substance, and she sees a little kind of a preview of what it is, and it explains what the substance is, which I'm going to do my best to explain it to you as closely as the dude in the video did. So they show a piece of Play-Doh, a yellow piece of Play-Doh that they roll on a white table, and he explains that what the substance is it essentially doesn't clone you. It makes a younger, better, put air quotes around that, a better version of yourself. But you guys are one. You split consciousness, and you guys are, you share, each of you share a body, essentially. There's two bodies, but you share a mind. And you spend 1 week as you, the Matrix, whoever is the original one. And then, of course, the clone, you spend a week as that person. So you must switch every 7 days without exception.
No exceptions.
No exceptions. None at all. You must switch. Okay? Obviously, we'll talk about this more later, but you must switch every 7 days. Okay? And that's really the only rule of it. Switch every 7 days.
Yeah.
If you do that and respect the balance, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So I guess those are the 2 rules of that Fight Club. No exceptions and respect the balance.
Yep. And respect the balance and no exceptions. And so there's no reason to go over on time. I wonder if you can go under in time, though. That's one thing I did wonder. Like, what if it was like, if Stu was like, you know what? I feel like being old again. I know it's been only 6 days, but I feel like being old right now.
Probably because the more time that, like, the Matrix would have, in the real world, the more production of the stuff that
because you can build it up.
Yeah, because Elizabeth didn't need that.
She didn't need that.
The other one did.
The other one did, because you ain't a fucking real person, really.
Yeah.
Like, you're real-ish, you know what I mean? You're real-ish. So this woman watches this shit, and it's got this crazy music in it, and she's probably... She doesn't seem that weird. Yeah, when it smacks the two together, there is no escape. I love it. So, dude, I first saw, I was like, I feel like I was in a French nightclub. I don't know. Like, 'cause it is a French movie.
It is. And the music kind of had that
it's got a
discotheque.
French vibe. Yeah. It's got that French house vibe to it for sure. But she didn't seem that weirded out by it, which told me this is a world where weird shit happens.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if somebody showed, I'd be like, there's no fucking way this shit is real.
And even when she went to, like, pick up the stuff, you could tell where she was going and how she was getting in there.
Bro.
She was just like, all right, this is normal.
This is normal. As soon as it didn't open all the way, I'm out. See ya. Nope, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
That's what it meant to be.
She's like, nope, I just gotta crawl under.
Real shit. So she throws it in the trash. She thinks it's ridiculous. And she sees her billboard getting taken down from in front of her house, which is literally right in her apartment. There's a huge view of a giant billboard spot, and she was on it. And, it's getting taken down. It's no fun. She's bored, right? She ain't got no friends, no family, nothing. This woman literally just reads the newspaper and drinks coffee in a robe and was doing nothing. And so she's like, you know what? She goes and gets drunk one night off some dirty martinis. And I hate dirty martinis. They're too fucking salty. But she gets a little too drunk, comes home, starts puking her guts out, looks in the mirror and sees, herself, and she's looking at her, air quotes here, her flaws, her wrinkles, or whatever. I mean, I'm like, listen, this woman looks fabulous to me, but that's just me. But we're all our own worst critics. And she's not liking what she sees, and she's feeling bad about herself, feeling bad about being fired, and essentially feeling like she doesn't have purpose anymore. She doesn't belong. Her purpose is gone. Because that's why, she maybe should have got married just to have a companion. Yeah. Somebody to remind you have a reason to be who you are.
Yeah, it's almost like she had no regrets until she got fired.
Yeah, she was like, life is great.
Yeah.
And then she was like, shit, I have nothing. That was all I had.
Yeah, all I have is this ass clown's dirty number.
Yeah. It was cholesterol levels of a disaster. So she says, fuck it. I'm going to take the fucking substance. And the process of it is insane, because this is a body horror to the max. You put some neon green goo and you take a fucking needle that looks, dude, I'd be like, okay.
Horse needle.
Yo, that joint was a foot long. I'd be like, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm not stabbing myself. She had to tie herself off. Yeah. I'm like, Demi, you got some experience in the drug game?
I was going to say, like, she's a heroine now.
Yeah, I was like, she's like, listen, I've had my time. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm like, she tied off, and the way she pulled it out after she injected herself, it seemed like she felt like dirty about it. I'm like, this bitch probably did drugs before.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. That's just me watching the movie too many times and reading far too into little things.
Well, you've seen it probably 8 more times than I have.
Yeah.
I only saw it once.
And most people, people, it's still new. It's like I say, it came on October. Like, most people have seen it once, maybe twice. I probably shouldn't have seen it as many times as I have, but I have, so whatever. And freaky shit starts happening. Demi Moore's ass naked, laying on the floor, shaking around as we see her eyes start to transform
Oh
and
my
her
god.
back start to rip open, and some like very alien sci-fi looking shit starts happening.
The eye stuff is some good special effects.
Oh my god, that was great.
Like when the iris splits,
yep,
and then it's like, oh my
dude,
god.
I was like,
yeah,
this shit is bonkers, because the first time you watch it, you're just like, what the fuck? And she starts literally giving birth out of her fucking back. I mean, split right down the middle, dude. And this person comes out, Margaret Qualley, Sue, and this is a crazy thing. And one thing I found fascinating about this process of the film is, okay, so Margaret Qualley, a lot of people think she is absolutely stunningly beautiful. She's cute. She's not my type, but I thought she looked better once upon a time. But she's good looking. I think she's an incredible actress, though. They had to give her fake titties because they felt even she wasn't good enough to fucking play. You know what I mean?
But if they were fake, why didn't they make them look more like what Demi Moore had?
I guess it was 25 years younger.
And I hate to be like nitpicky here, but like even just like the nipples are different, the areolas are different. You know what I mean?
But,
if they were fake, would they
stuff comes with age,
more?
though. But that stuff comes with age.
So the good and plenties.
Yeah,
you gotta,
bro. All right, we're moving on. Okay, you. So I just found it interesting that Margaret Qualley.
You're right. It is a maturity.
Yeah,
you're right.
It wasn't, she wasn't good enough, just as she is.
And honestly, the other one was technically just born.
Yeah, she was just born.
So it's not going to be. You're right.
But Margaret Qualley put extensive work in for this role. She was working out hard, bro.
You would have to
pumping it up in real life.
You would have to just to be able to all those moves that they were doing.
God damn! I was like, she did not have that ass a couple years ago. I was like, Jesus, Margaret Qualley, her body looked insane, and I was like, wow, she put the work in. She definitely put the work in on the body, and it showed. And she comes out, and she's kind of like a newborn. She pukes green stuff.
Oh yeah.
She's ass naked. But she does stand there and admires that body for a minute.
Yeah.
And that's Elizabeth's conscious in her, like, oh,
it works.
Look at me, right?
This
is what I used to be, tight, fucking young skin, no wrinkles, all that, you know what I mean? Like, looking good. Like, she saw her ass and was like, yeah, damn. She was like, shit, I ain't even have an ass like that in my 20s. But,
it's supposed to be a better.
Better, yeah. So she's like, admires herself. But she instinctually knew what to do. And that's how they were shared consciousness. Because Sue never read the fucking instructions, but she knew what to do because Elizabeth read the instructions.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you had to hook everything up.
You had to hook everything up. You had to sew your fucking self together.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to sew herself back up.
Yeah.
Sewed her back up. Had to feed her. She had to know all the shit. So obviously there was like I said, the knowledge definitely transfers. But I'm like,
but that could also be in the solution too.
It could.
Like some of that might be like an inherent thing that transfers.
Yeah, because if I just jumped out of some dude's back, like I don't know, say I play a younger version of Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
If I just jumped out his back, I'm supposed to know to sew this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, Sherman Klump.
Yeah. He's not a tauntaun. I'll just go back in.
Go back in, right? Yeah. Get warm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Sue knows what to do. She sews her up. She feeds her. They give you these weird bags of food. It's enough for 7 days.
Yeah.
And it looks gross. It's literally, I'm sure it's just all the major nutrients, protein.
Yeah, it's probably all it is.
Like, all the macros and some kind of gooey old timer like solution.
Yeah, like RoboCop would eat.
Yeah. Yeah. So she knows what to do. She hooked up Demi Moore, sewed her up, put the food in her, and went and started living. And she's kind of like a newborn baby at first. She doesn't really know what's going on. She's kind of just like, but quickly finds out her purpose.
Yes.
Puts on Elizabeth's yellow jacket. because it shows she still felt like Elizabeth.
Yes, you're right.
Bit. That's what's like the jacket's very important.
You're right.
And the more she starts feeling like Sue, the less that jacket is seen. And
at least the less it's seen on Sue.
On Sue, yeah. Fucking Elizabeth's still wearing that bitch. But, she's wearing this jacket, just walking down the street, sees some weird leotard thing that's like metallic-y pink.
Oh, yeah.
Buys that. And goes and auditions for Elizabeth's old job.
Yeah, she does.
And kills it. One of my favorite but most fucked up lines. Too bad her tits are in the middle of her face instead of that nose. I'm like, this guy is crazy, bro.
But that explains the scene at the end.
No, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Please state your name, age, and measurements.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's when the shit really starts kicking off when Sue gets the job. So Sue goes, auditions, gets the job, of course, because she's built to perfection. She got these pink and white Asics on that were kind of fresh, though. Whatever. So she meets Harvey.
Yeah, of course, he would notice the shoes.
I did notice shoes. I like shoes, guys. Whatever. So Harvey comes through. Where is she? Where is she? And he is thrilled and in love with this girl. He is willing to do anything to have her. And he's like, we want a show that's just like you, happy and beautiful. He's like, you will make people happy. People want to watch you. And she's like, cool, I just got a small little scheduling conflict. Every other week, I got to go take care of my sick mother. He said, come here. He said, I want you. He said, we will work around any sick mother, brother, sick fucking puppy. I don't give a shit. And so Sue's like, bet. I'm Sue. And that's when you figure out her name, actually, because you don't know her name until audition.
Yeah.
And she says it. And Coralie Forget didn't say this. Margaret Qualley said this. She was like, I thought you named her Sue because when you say the word Sue, your lips, perk out. She was like, I didn't even fucking think about that, but that was pretty smart. She's like, that was the whole reason I thought you named her that. Yeah. And she's like, oh no. She's like, because you are showing my mouth a lot. Like anytime I talk, it's like you see her lips so much.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Lips. She do got some nice lips. But like that's something like it's so in your face. Everything is close shots. It's super, super cool and different. But dude, she starts going hard, man. Like she makes a show called Pump It Up, and
Pump It Up.
Yeah, it starts going dumb. But before that, you gotta switch back once. So
oh yeah.
Elizabeth wakes up in agonizing pain. Obviously, your back was split the fuck open.
Oh, yeah, because she's like, She's like, holy shit.
And then she's like laying in the shower. And she's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
But she's like, well, whatever. Only 7 more days. So she just kind of sits back and watches TV and does nothing. And when she goes back to Sue, life is all bright and fun again.
Yeah.
She's got the little shorts on with her booty out, doing the splits in front of the window.
Oh, yeah.
Sipping on Diet Coke where you can see the fucking condensation run off the side and you can hear the fizz when she opens it. And you can just it's like almost like you can taste it as you see it hit her lips. You get so many close shots of that mouth and things like that. The male gaze. So Sue was loving life. And, she's like, shit, this shit is awesome. And then she goes back to Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is like, God, this shit is not really that lit being me.
Yeah.
She's like, shit, I'm bored as hell. So she starts, Pump It Up comes out and she sees it on TV. And she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then the billboard.
The billboard comes up and it's a big ass picture of Sue staring right at your face, staring at your soul. I felt like Margaret Qualley was watching me. The whole movie, as soon as that from the time the billboard goes up till the very end, I was like, I just feel like Margaret Qualley's watching me. And Elizabeth is like, she's like, oh Jesus, man, this shit is killing me. But she's living, and she starts eating and shit and leaving a little bit of a mess. And Sue comes back to find that. She's not happy with that.
Yeah, she gets pissed off. She has to clean.
Yeah, she got to clean. She's like, what the fuck? I fired Consuelo.
Yeah.
So she cleans up the mess and she bitches. She calls the little hotline and she's like, "This balance ain't working." You know, all this bitch does is sit in front of his couch, sit on the couch in front of the TV for 7 days, stuff in her face.
That's right, because she looks at that seat and you can see
You see the end. It's like this bitch ain't moved at all, right?
Yeah.
So you've been sitting here glued, and the dude's like, "Bitch, that's you. Like, respect the balance." Like, she's like, she gets frustrated. So she goes to some extreme measures. She takes the giant Elizabeth Sparkle picture out of the living room.
Oh, yeah.
She takes all of Elizabeth's shit, puts it in boxes, and builds an entire closet dedicated to holding Sue in there so she can be out of her fucking sight because she just can't stand to look at herself anymore.
Yeah.
And it's really sad because it's like, man, that's just how you view aging. This is just a woman living her life. Yeah, she could have cleaned up after herself. I agree with that.
But what if, she was still doing that when the process took over again and she didn't have time,
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds, like,
of course,
because if she's losing track of time, she might not realize. Be like, "Oh shit, it's 7 days.
Day 6, day 7.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't cleaned, I ain't showered. I ain't shit. You know what I mean? Well, we know she showered. She spends a lot of time in there. But, so she's like, "Oh damn." She's like, "I'm sick and tired of this bitch." So when she comes, they switch back, and Sue, Sue's starting to feel herself. Pump It Up comes out. The neighbor comes over, bangs at the door, thinks it's Elizabeth making all this noise. Realizes it's Sue and changes his whole fucking attitude.
No, he does that when she's building.
She's building the closet.
Yeah, she's building the closet because all the noise.
All the noise. So Sue is feeling herself to the max, and Pump It Up's doing well, and we see the show, and the show is fucking nuts, and it's so funny when the neighbor sees it. He comes over, Sue. He said, "I saw you on TV." Holy moly.
Yeah.
He said, "I think I'm going to sign up for one of your classes."
Yeah. Do you do personal
lessons?
Yes. Oh, my God.
He said, "Me and you drink my place tonight." He said, "I know you're there, Sue." He's like, pump it up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to pump it up. That dude's funny as shit.
Yeah.
The like 2 scenes he's in, he had me cracking up. I'm like, dude, you really thought you were going to pull this bitch? Like,
yeah. And he's like, "I can see you looking through the eye hole, but it's Elizabeth."
It's Elizabeth.
Oh, but that was after.
That was after the finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was after the finger. So, Sue was out. Last time she had time, she was out partying, feeling herself, wearing a snake reptile skin jumper thing.
Yeah, it was kind of like a cat suit.
It was like,
with
that reptile texture, which clearly was intentional because she brings home fake Cillian Murphy, and it's like Cillian Murphy and Robert Pattinson had a kid.
That's kind of.
Yeah, he was trippy.
But with that suit, she would probably make a great Catwoman.
Oh yeah, she got the body for it for sure. And the little long ponytail shit. I was like, she did look like Catwoman. So that's good. If Zoe's like, "I'm done," maybe next gen.
Well, look, the DCU is different than the Robert Pattinson.
That is true. Batman. So she can play just a different Catwoman. Yeah. So this thing's warm with intention because you can hear the sounds of him gripping her ass as they're getting close. You hear him running his hands on that material, and it's like I said, the sounds in this thing are insane. And it's day 7. It's late in day 7.
Yeah. Because
she's going out and she knows time is ticking because she goes in the closet and she taps Elizabeth and she's like, "Don't wait up for me." She's like, "Don't eat too fast. That food is fucking getting low."
Oh, yeah.
And Elizabeth don't give a shit. She got this dude in the house.
Sue.
Sue don't give a shit. She got this dude in the house. She's riding on him. He's gripping on that ass. And what happens? She starts getting a nosebleed. He probably just thought she did too much coke.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally, I was like, this guy definitely thought she did a little too much blow. So she's like, "I'll be right back." And she's stumbling to the bathroom. You can see this is affecting her because she has used too much time. And she's like, "Damn, I'm trying to get some dick, though." And she was like, "Yo, listen, bitch, you can wait 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 or 5, however many." So she shoves that fucking big-ass needle in the fucking Elizabeth's back and pulls out enough for one more day. And she comes back, because when she takes the fluid from Elizabeth, it like it's almost like the food. I feel like she probably didn't need to eat much.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel like that food is like, probably got everything you need. It's all the human whatever.
Yeah.
So Sue comes back to the dude and he's like, wow, you look even more beautiful than before. Because she's like invigorated.
Yeah, rejuvenated.
She's like, it's like she took another line.
Yeah.
He's like, man, she must have got blow in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe I can get some later. And so obviously they fuck, and you see some weird gross shit come out of her back as he unzips her. Face,
so
which was mental, Elizabeth. Right? Yeah, that was mental. That was Elizabeth seeing that.
Yeah,
the consciousness, because there's little foreshadowing to what's going to happen in their dreams while the two of them are sleeping.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like the chicken thing with the butt.
Yeah,
that was Sue having a nightmare.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Whereas
because Elizabeth was eating.
Yeah, Elizabeth was eating all that chicken.
Yeah,
God. So Elizabeth comes back and whoa, her finger is all fucked up, and it looks old, and it looked like, bro, her finger looked like she was 107. Like that did not look. I was like, damn. Like, it looked like a crip finger. It was nails all green. I was like,
it was awful.
Christ. So I was like, oh.
It looked like, that chicken thigh that she got.
So she calls the substance like, hey, we got a problem. And he's like, bitch, you did that. That's you. She's like, well, I just need the procedure to reverse it. He's like, there's no undoing what's been done on the other side. Just do better next time, essentially.
Yeah. But it's not me doing it.
Yeah,
it is you.
It is you, bitch. Remember, you were one. She's like, no way. Well, yeah, but no.
Yeah. It's like, now I understand how the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit works, because they're all the same.
Yeah. She's like, shit. So, Elizabeth, I'm going to talk about this scene in some detail, and then I'm going to speed run through the rest.
Okay.
So, Elizabeth is feeling shitty about this finger. She keeps seeing fucking Sue's face staring at her from that damn billboard. I'm like, bitch, buy some curtains. I was like, get curtains. You're rich. Buy curtains. Amazon exists. You have to leave the house. I was like, get curtains, bro. You can clearly you can build. So I think you can hang up curtain poles. I'm just saying. So I'm like, you don't need to look at this all day. So, which I'm sure she got that place because it was her face for so long.
Yeah.
That's the vanity of her,
Yeah.
Because you don't get to that level of success and fame without being vain to a degree. You know what I mean? Everyone's telling you beautiful all the time, telling you the best, you're this, you're that, you're rich, you're living. Like, come on, man. We're all, what?
You're going to believe it.
You're going to believe it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, to a degree at least. But she is like, fuck this. I'm not going to let this bitch and her fucking shit fuck with mine. So, what does she do? She picks up the phone. She calls Drop Dead Fred. And she's like,
no, that's right.
She's like, Freddie, it's Elizabeth Sparkle. And he gets all quiet. And she's like, hello? He's like, I'm sorry. I'm just in shock. Because he just can't believe that this bitch is calling him. Which, I mean, he probably, it's been some weeks now.
Yeah.
He definitely was like, yo, this bitch ain't call me, bro. And she asked him out. And he's in shock again, as he says. And so he's like, Luigi's at 8. And she's like, Luigi's at 8 sounds good. Now, I tell you the time because it is important. She is grilling that clock. And she starts getting ready. She puts on this fabulous red dress. And she looks like $1 million fucking bucks, bro. Like, of course, she's feeling self-conscious about the finger. She slides on some classy black gloves that fit the outfit. Yeah. I'm like, he would have never known. Guess what? This guy wouldn't give a shit about that. He'd be like, this is your flaw. This is it. I'm good. We can work with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'd be like, I'm totally good. He'd be like, shit, it's all good. He's like, maybe you can stick that finger in my mouth. I was like, so she's like, all right, I'm getting ready. She's looking good, bro. She goes in the mirror, gives herself one final look, and she is ready. It's about 8 or 7:48.
7:30 first.
7:30 first.
Yeah.
So by the time she like looks in the mirror, is like ready to go, it's like 7:40.
Is that after she put the lipstick on?
Yeah, when she puts the lipstick on, the clock starts going. And then she sees Sue's body in the garage. Or in the garage, sorry, the closet. Seeing that tight young body, that young skin, and then she goes out. She sees Sue's fucking face again on the goddamn billboard. She's like, I can't escape this little bitch. She's like, look what I made. I made a girl that's so great that I can't escape her. I can't escape myself.
And wait, is this after she sees the old guy at the diner, and he's like, has she started to like eat away at you yet or something?
Yeah. This was earlier in the day this happened. Yeah. And we'll get to that and rewatch.
But that's sort of the impetus, I think, for this scene, because that guy planted that seed in her head.
He planted that seed. He's like, it's hard to remember that you still deserve to exist.
Yeah.
And he's so intense about it. She's like, oh, hell no. She dropped a 10 on the table and bounced. She was like, I'm out of here, fella. I can't do this, bro.
This hot chocolate is...
Clearly, the old guy, he stole, young little gay guy was probably out twinking around.
Yeah.
And he fucking stole time from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not as much as Elizabeth eventually gets stuff, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
So, whew. That was important. I did skip over that, sorry. Yeah. But so she's like, all right, I'm gonna go out with Fred. I'm like, yeah, go out with Fred. He's gonna make you feel good about yourself. He's gonna give you reason, purpose. He's gonna remind you that you are still great, important, and beautiful. But we all know she's not gonna go out with Fred. This woman loses her fucking mind, rips her makeup off,
she's
tears it off.
Scraping. It sounded like sandpaper.
Yeah, she's like, I was like, it sounds painful. Yes. Also, like the sounds.
Yeah.
I was like, this looks painful. She fucks her hair, everything.
Yeah.
And what does she do? Drowns her sorrow in food. Fred's blowing her phone up, like, babe,
are you okay?
Are you okay? Yeah. He's like, I'm worried if you're dead now, you know what I mean? Because he's like, I feel like you would have properly canceled, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you weren't going to show up. And from here on, bro, the movie just gets dark for Elizabeth and gets really bright for Sue. Sue just gets opportunity after opportunity, bro. The show blows up. She has an opportunity to host a New Year's show coming up. This is kind of a New Year's movie.
Yeah, it is a New Year's movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she blows up. And finally, though, when she does switch back to Elizabeth, she goes to visit Harvey to get her things from there, and he gives her a cookbook. And if you notice, the cookbook is wrapped in Christmas paper, and it is the summer. So this is clearly some old shit he had laying around.
He's re-gifting.
He didn't give a shit. He's like, this is all I got. He did not give a shit. Yeah. I was like, wow, what an asshole. That cookbook becomes very important because
French cuisine,
it looks absolutely disgusting. Blood sausage.
Oh, God. And that in the pan.
Dude, that turkey. But so Sue starts stealing time more and more because we got the cover of Vogue. All this shit.
Oh, yeah. She just starts filling. Like
herself.
Buckets. Filling buckets of
She's just like, well, that's after. That's after she gets really pissed at her. So Sue steals some time. They don't say how much, but it had to be at least a week, I would think. When she first stole the time.
Oh, yeah.
And she wakes up.
In her leg.
Yeah, the leg. Yeah, the leg's bad and her hair's starting to... She looks old, but she still looks like Elizabeth. Yeah. She's still pretty functional and stuff. But she's old. That leg when she has to pop back. Oh, yeah. Like, that was like one of the grossest parts of the film, honestly. All the body horror weird shows, whatever. Yeah. That leg popping had me like, I was like,
Yeah, she had to put it back in the joint or something.
So bad. So, yeah. Elizabeth is fucking pissed. Rightfully so. Because this bitch is not respecting her time. But she has to understand it's you that's not respecting your time. And you have to share this consciousness, the constant battle in your mind between these two beings. And you're never going to have a perfect balance. Because each one is going to, it's like two people. They're going to disagree with each other. If you could split yourself into two people, you guys would have arguments from time to time.
Yeah.
So you guys wouldn't agree on everything.
Just like twins.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
essentially what it is. Yeah. Let's look at these twins. They came out at the same time. They're born the exact same time. All their stars align the same way. They are two totally different motherfuckers. So, but they are a lot of ways too. Same thing. So, Elizabeth goes kind of nuts and she's pissed off. She pulls out this French cuisine book. And she's watching Sue on some late night show.
Interview.
Oh my God. And she gets pissed because Sue pretty much starts dogging on Elizabeth, calling her old, saying her workout show is this, not giving her any kind of credit for the success she's had. I'll show you your little beauty secret. So funny, bro. She opens the robe in front of the TV. Yeah, so funny. And she's cooking this food, and it's gross, like slamming it on the counter. She debones
the eggs?
The eggs when it shoots in her face. That shit was funny. I was cracking up. She holds the egg beater up like it's a fucking chainsaw or something. She's like, that shit is funny as hell. And she starts beating it, and it shoots in her face, and she's squirting it. It's just like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, she's making that blood sausage, and she's sitting there cussing out the TV, but then when when she does what do you call it? Flambeing, when you make the fire jump off.
Flambe.
Yeah. So when she flambés and shit, she's like, "Ooh, pretty." Clearly, Elizabeth was extremely smart and talented. Yes. She just made all this shit from a cookbook she just read that night, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she can clearly build. She clearly is an extremely smart person. Never needed anyone else because she could figure shit out on her own. So that scene is one of my favorites too. It's so funny. She's throwing eggs at the fucking TV in the window. She covers it with newspaper.
Yeah, because she uses the egg as like plaster.
Like plaster, yeah. And she's like going crazy. And when Sue switches back, the house is fucking trash. Control yourself. She flips out, rightfully so. Though. Yeah, that place was. Dude, there was shit everywhere. It looks like she literally like
looked like a frat house.
Yeah, it looked like she just took bags of trash and dumped it everywhere. It was bad. So
I think that's how she was getting back at Sue, though. Because Sue was stealing from her, so she would inconvenience her.
Absolutely. She's like, you're going to say, you're fuck with my time, I'll fuck with yours too. Because you ain't going to be, because she knows her. It's herself. I know you ain't going to be able to live in any kind of peace until this shit is all cleaned up. Because that'd be me. There's no way. I'd be like, well, I got some for the next 3 days cleaning my fucking house. There's no way I'm going to just act like this mess isn't here. So that would be me. There's no way I'm going to do that. So, yes. And so Sue's like, oh, bitch, you think you run shit here? It's my time, bitch. That bitch runs in that closet, shoves that damn needle in her back, and just starts draining fluid out. Crazy draining fluid. And I'm like, okay, well, some time is going to go until we see our girl Elizabeth again. 3 months. You can only imagine what Elizabeth looks like at this point, because a week was bad. 3 months. And Sue acting like when, obviously, dude, the body didn't recharge, so she runs out of fluid. It's gross. Comes out all brown shit. Like,
and it's all pussy.
Yeah.
It's coming out of because it's infected.
Yeah. And she had, and like, bro, to the point where it got to the point where she had to, like, where she was forced to switch, there was bloody rags and all kinds of gross shit. I'm like, dude, it looks like you've been operating on this woman in here, dude. Like, what the hell? And she had a boyfriend. She's living life. Yeah, he's living there. She's living life. She totally forgot about herself.
Yeah.
Elizabeth. And she ain't taking care of herself. Treating her like your old mom that you shove in the back that you're sick of and you just can't wait for her to fucking die.
Yeah.
That's how she treated her. And that's where the whole mom-daughter thing came in for me. But shit hits the fan. Elizabeth is forced to switch, or she's gonna fucking die because she doesn't have any fluid.
Oh yeah, because Sue called the hotline.
It's fucking 503. She called the hotline, and he's like, "You must simply switch." And she's like, "Switch? Are you fucking crazy? what are you talking about?" And I'm like, and the dude essentially like, "You really lost sight of what this is." Like, on the other end, I'm like. I'm like, this is probably really bad.
We need to clean up.
I'm like, do y'all have a 1-800 number for that? Like, because later on, there's Sue's apartment. Sue Elizabeth's apartment was my God.
Yeah, that's my unanswered question.
Oh my God, that was one of mine too.
Yeah,
I literally was like, what did they say when they found Elizabeth's apartment? I was like,
like
shit.
What? And
I'm like, she got fired and went crazy. You know? So,
and what is Sue doing here?
Yeah, I'm like, what the? Man, I'm like, where's Elizabeth? Like, this is her? What the hell?
Yeah.
She wouldn't recognize her.
No.
So she switches back, and oh my Lord, Elizabeth is literally like a hunched over monster. Yeah. She has like no hair. Her skin is like literally rolling off her bones. She's hunched the fuck over. She's coughing and gross. Her fucking hands and feet look like clubs. Like she looks terrible. But she still was pretty spry.
Yeah, she was.
I'm guessing you still kind of got your 60-year-old self there a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, you look like you're 200.
Yeah, you look 200, but you still kind of got some of the energy of a 50-year-old. So, Sue was like, or Elizabeth's like, yo, fuck this bitch. I'm killing her. So she calls the substance, And it's like, I want to terminate. No, like, okay. She picks up the termination kit.
Yeah, because they say
they gave her the option
to reverse everything.
Yeah. Well, no, it wouldn't reverse it.
No, that's what he said.
No, it wouldn't. He's like, what has been lost on the other side won't come back, but you can end it and just go back to being you.
No, I thought at that point he actually said, what was done will be undone.
No. He's like, what's done can't be undone.
Oh, I didn't hear the can't.
No,
okay.
Because remember with the finger, she's like, well, what's the procedure to undo it? He's like, there is no procedure. What's done on the other side is done. But you can be better moving forward, essentially.
Yeah, but see, that was before. Okay, I didn't hear the
Yeah, no, there ain't no going back.
Oh,
if it was that simple, she would have been went back.
Look,
yeah.
Since you've watched it more times than I have, I
just trust your boy. Trust your boy. So, yeah, what's lost on the other side can't come back. But of course, Elizabeth's like, this woman's going to kill me.
Yeah.
So it's like either kill her or die. It's pretty much what it was.
But if Elizabeth dies, like, Sue would die too. So that's what I don't understand. And the selfishness of it.
And that's the immaturity part of
it.
And that's where Sue didn't use her brain. Sue was thinking with everything but any kind of consciousness, any kind of care for anyone but herself. Like a young, spoiled, rich person would do. And that's when, in my review, I compared, like, experience versus youth and which one is better, because I'm like, sure, the youth is going to outlast, but the youth can make mistakes that could be very consequential, whereas someone older is going to make better decisions. So that's a whole thing. Well, it's New Year's Eve and it's their big night, and Elizabeth is realizing that she's killing her younger self. Oh, fuck. I'm just going to be old ass me now, alone again. Oh, fuck this. She's like, I'm nothing without you. She has this revelation.
But did she already start?
She shot that thing like 85% in her already. I'm like, yo, this bitch probably dead already, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, you probably don't need the rest. Of course, Sue's nose starts bleeding blood. I'm like, oh, she's dying, bro. And Elizabeth freaks out, takes the switching kit, shoves it in her arm, and shoves the other one in her heart. And it actually wakes up Sue. Now they're both in shared consciousness at the same time. And Sue looks around. She sees that termination needle. She sees Elizabeth and quickly realizes what the fuck was going on.
And it turns into Fight Club.
She beats the living shit out of this woman.
Out of this old woman.
Yo, she kicked her. She Spartan kicked her into that picture.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Damn. She beat the dude. She smashes her face into a mirror.
Oh my God. She cracks her skull
open, bro. I was like, damn, this shit got violent. I was like,
this was worse than when, like, Spider-Man was fighting Bucky and Captain America in Civil War. Because, Spider-Man was like 16, and those guys were over 100.
Those guys, those guys were old. Yeah, I'm like, Steve Rogers, you're looking old. You're pretty spry for an older fella. So classic. But, she beats the living shit out of her and kills her. And so, of course, you can't kill the Matrix. So Sue, now, I think it was a combination of her not only killing the Matrix, but she did take most of that shit. Yeah. So her body's probably like, trying to fight the
trying to reject it,
but it can't. It's like, it's too much has been in it. So Sue gets ready, like, it's all good. Like, I'm going to the New Year's show, leaves his body on the fucking middle of the floor with an open window.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
A broken glass table.
Dude, the table's shattered. There's a pool of blood. Bro, that carpet. It's going to take a lot of carpet cleans to get that stain out. It's going to cost you $10,000 to get that stain out. So she goes to her New Year's show she's supposed to do, like, ain't nothing wrong.
This is the part coming up that got me.
Oh, man, dude. Like, she starts deteriorating right there. Sue starts deteriorating literally before our eyes. Her teeth start falling out.
She starts pulling them out. That's the part that got me. Yeah.
Like, stop.
I thought if you can pull them out, just put them back in. Yeah.
I literally was like, yo, just shove them in for a second.
Yeah.
Smile for the camera and be out.
Yes.
And then, dude, she starts freaking out. She's like, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. So her idea is to run back home and make a better version of herself because she still has a little bit of the substance left.
Yeah, one use only.
One use only. Discard after use.
Yeah.
She did not discard. She had a little bit of green goo left still. So this bitch took it. Not smart. She takes this shit. Well, first things first. Hold on, let me finish this scene up. So she runs into Harvey and all the investors, a bunch of old white dudes.
Yeah, of course.
And they're like, listen, we paying for this shit. You're going to do whatever the fuck we want. And that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And he's like, you look great. So smile. Pretty girls should always smile. And she smiles all lips. She's like, I wish you guys could see me. She's like, and she can't show her fucking teeth. Literally, her 3 front teeth are missing.
Yeah,
like all the ones everyone would notice right away. Ain't like a side or a back.
Yeah,
no, it's all your fronts, bro. I'm like, holy shit. Dude, when she's pulling them out, it's like you hear one of the best editing is when you hear it come out and you see that single tear come down her face. I was like, oh my God, that's editing. I was like, God. I was like, murder quality. That's acting. I was like, Jesus.
That's the part of the film that got to me more than anything.
Yo, I think a lot of people, they were like that and that dude eating them shrimps. They were like, oh yeah. That shit was gross. It was, I'm like, well, I gotta see it in his mouth. I'm like,
because he's rude. He's rude.
He's like, oh. He was wagging it around. I'm like, bro, what is you? Chill. So she runs home. Her fingernail falls off. Her ear falls off. And everyone's just kind of acting like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
She gets home. I just need to make a better version of myself. And she injects herself with the remaining little bit of the substance, which obviously isn't going to work. You're not the fucking Matrix. You're not real. Yeah. You're the clone. So you don't have the consciousness that Elizabeth had. Which, what happens? This shit kills Sue. And Eliza Sue Monstro is born.
Yeah, Monstro Eliza
Sue. And it's funny because they put the name on the screen in green letters. And when she first looked in the mirror, I started cracking up because she was like, oh shit. She was like, what the hell am I seeing, bro?
Yeah.
She was like, oh, her noises.
Yeah.
And she's looking like, holy shit. But she quickly accepted who she was.
Yeah,
very quickly. They put the fucking Vertigo music on, which is absolutely beautiful. She gets ready to go back because it's her big night.
Yeah.
She puts this dress on, which doesn't fit her because she's enormous. It's all ripping off her.
Because she's 2 people in one now.
Yeah. She curls her hair, which it burns off the little strands.
Yeah.
Puts the earrings in the side of her head because her ear is like, I don't know. I guess
it's near that other eyeball.
Yeah, I'm like, her ear is probably somewhere in the back of her head. I don't fucking on the side. I don't know. It was not in a normal place. So she shoves the earrings in there, bro. She puts some jewelry on, puts some perfume on.
Did she tape or staple?
I think she taped it. Or glue.
Glued something.
Yeah, I think it was glue. So she cuts the picture of Elizabeth's face from the giant picture she had in her living room, puts red lipstick on it, and tapes it to her face and goes back to the New Year's party. And she's like, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
And she has a vision as she's walking in. They're like, we've been waiting for you. Yeah.
So is that what South Park was talking about?
What?
You said South Park called it something.
Oh, they were talking about the Ozempic.
I know, but
maybe.
But because of what they called it, like, because she was pretending.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. Well, the South Park came out first.
I know, but
so
I'm just saying.
Maybe Coralie was watching it, but it is funny. So she's walking down the hall, and they're all like, yeah, we've been waiting for you, girl. Yeah. And it's fake. She's by herself.
Oh, yeah.
Actually there.
Yeah, because her mind is messed up.
Her mind's fucked. Like, dude, Elizabeth's face is on her back. She can't close her mouth. She's like,
and she has that arm, too.
Arm, too, yeah. And then the hanging titty. And it's a lot. It's a lot. She is a mess. And so she comes out on stage with this mask. And at first, everyone's kind of like, okay.
Because all the dancers are there.
They're like, the fuck? Oh, this bitch nasty.
Yeah.
And so the mask falls off. Your mask slipped. And that's when shit, all hell breaks loose. They're like, what the fuck? This bitch a monster. Get her. Wait, it's me, Elizabeth. And I'm the same person. And it's like, well, maybe you're kind of.
Maybe it's a literal thing because you just said something very integral to the whole thing. She let her mask slip.
She let her mask slip. Yep. She let her mask slip. And I was like, damn. We get a John Carpenter, David Cronenberg,
Brian De Palma,
Carrie, yep. Carrie-esque, The Thing-esque, The Fly-esque scene where Elizabeth's body parts start falling off. She loses a titty. Her arm.
She drops one out of her head.
A titty falls off.
Yeah.
She starts spraying the entire crowd with blood.
Because her arm falls
off. And then some guy cracks her in the head with a mic stand, and he busts her head open, and it grows back.
Yeah.
It was
like worse.
Yeah, it was gross. And we get just a weird 80s body horror massacre fuckery grossness to end this movie. But it's beautiful because as she's running down the street away from all the madness, because people are trying to kill her at this point, her body explodes, and just Elizabeth's little face that was left on her back survives.
It manages to
ooze. The ooze crawls, and it crawls right onto her star in Hollywood. And it lays right on top of it and looks up at the palm trees and the stars and smiles.
And sees
sparkles. The sparkles coming down. And it gives us a flashback of her when she got the star that we see at the very beginning. And she fades into obscurity.
And then gets washed away.
Gets washed away by a scrubber. And I just love driving those things.
And it begins how it ends, or it ends how it begins. Right? Looking at that star. And we saw the star. I think it was a metaphor like once a star, always a star. Because even though the star at one point was pretty new and everybody wanted to see it, the star is still a star. It's a little cracked and older, but it's still a star. Yeah. And that's kind of how I looked at it too with that ending. Like, just because you got older doesn't mean you're not still a star. And she ended up dying, even though like her original body was already dead, obviously. Yeah. But she ended up dying doing what her star does every day, which is look up at the stars. Look up at the stars.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. Yeah. Look at it. And that's the film, man. Yeah. And it's a fucking wild ass ride, bro. So.
It is. And it's like, I'm still trying to process it. No, you're not. It's been a day, and I'm still trying to process.
It took me.
I need therapy.
It took me like a week after I watched it. I was like, dude, this film is insane. So, what'd you think of it, Jamie?
I actually really liked it because of what it was saying. Like you said about the industry and how women are treated, and how men. It is a male-centric industry, even if women seem to have roles of power.
Roles and power, yeah.
It's sort of like, it reminds me just the power dynamic. Like when Black Panther won an Academy Award for something, like the first one, the guy who accepted it wasn't Ryan Coogler. No, it was Kevin Feige, the white guy who supplied the money. Yep. And that's what I was trying to tell people. Like, it's a great film, and it united a lot of people and showed something they'd never seen before. But unfortunately, it was financed by a white guy. So it still fed someone else's agenda. Yeah. And I think that's what this kind of showed. Like, no matter what you try to do to build yourself up, it's only to help someone else's agenda.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. I didn't even think about it that way, but that's definitely a good way to look at it. Yeah. I mean, Sue was still just a piece in Harvey's machine.
Yeah, a pawn.
Yep, it was just a pawn in Harvey's machine.
And that's all she wanted to be, because that's all she thought she could do.
That's all she knows. And she felt like she was happy at that time. Yeah. She's like, I was good at that time. That was a fun time in my life. That's cool. I'm cool with that at this point in my life.
Yeah, because Elizabeth at 50, if everything stops at 50, how is she going to reboot her life at 50 when the dude who's clearly 70 told her that everything
is a 50, yeah.
But for women, obviously.
For women, not for me. For me, I'm good till I die.
Yeah, you know he didn't say that, but it was insinuated.
He's like, dude, I'm the man.
And, you know what I mean? That's what I think the point of it is. Like, you have to have that mask, and then when you let it slip, everyone rejects you.
It's over. It's done, you know?
Like, it's obviously really hardcore in the film, but it is just like kind of that simple. Like, you have to keep your guard up, have a mask up, and not be vulnerable. Because if you are, then they know that you're insecure,
and they'll attack you for it. Yeah, look how they did Britney Spears, bro. Back in like when she was going through her drama. Oh yeah, my God, they treated that woman. I was like,
free Britney,
dude, for real shit. I was like, bro, y'all showing pictures of her with her head shaved and. Y'all got her looking like a drug addict.
Oops, she did it again.
Oops, she did it again, yeah. She did it again.
I guess she was just toxic.
Yeah. I was thinking of Britney Spears when I was watching Demi Moore. I was like, Demi. Demi. Yeah, you know her song, Give Me More? I was like, Demi More. I was like, yes, Lord. It says a lot about a lot of shit, man. I was just like...
And you're right, it's not just like Hollywood and the industry, it is about society
translates
too.
To everyday people.
Because if you look at, like, I always end up talking about this, but I'll just touch upon it really quick. If you look at politics now, that kind of insecurity has seeped into it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's on both sides. It's not just one or the other.
Absolutely.
Like, everyone doesn't want to let their guard down because when they do, it's like, oh, I'm fucking human.
I'm human.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to be.
Yeah, I can't be.
Yeah, I can't be human. And I know a lot of people, especially celebrities, feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I think it'd be hard to be a celebrity, especially if I can easily be a rich guy. But to be a famous guy sounds hard.
Yeah, it's different because you have a different, not that I don't really know, but it seems like look at Ezra Miller. Look what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a different standard. There's you're held to a different, whatever. Like, people will start stuff with you just to ruin you.
Yep.
And because the things about him came out later, they were all dropped because the people just made them up anyway.
Yep.
Just to ruin his career for whatever reason.
You're already fucked now, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's sad because we love the Flash. Anyway,
the Flash, and he's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's a fucking wild ride.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's getting the recognition it deserves. The actors are getting the recognition they deserve because Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley are absolutely fantastic in this. They were. I mean, you couldn't ask for more out of these two women. You really couldn't. They fucking killed it. So let's get into some categories.
All right. Yeah. We got a
MVP.
Demi Moore and the writer-director.
Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, and Coralie Farjay.
Yeah, actually, all three of them.
All three. They all made this work.
What about Randy Quaid?
Randy Quaid, I mean, Dennis.
Randy Quaid for not being in it.
He did us a favor by not taking this role. But, like, when you watch the interviews with these three, you could tell they were all on the same page. Their chemistry was incredible.
That's awesome.
Like, I wouldn't be shocked if three of them made something else later. Peak season. I had Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, and Coralie Farjay.
Yeah, you know what? Yes,
it's all of them.
And it's sad.
It's crazy that that's Demi Moore's peak season.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But it's kind of like a Burt Reynolds situation with Boogie Nights.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Or even a Michael Keaton with Birdman.
Yes,
Like, I guess we would still have to say Batman is his peak season.
I don't know if Birdman,
but Birdman got all his recognition from Birdman.
As far as, like, acting, like, he's an amazing Batman, but, like, Birdman shows such a maturity and confidence in himself that I would say Birdman would be.
It might be his peak season. Yep. I was like, the three.
Yeah, you're right. I can't argue.
MVP and peak. Best quotes. I'll just run through.
Yeah, go ahead because you have them memorized anyway.
Memorized. Yep. You want to look like a giant jellyfish on the beach?
She must have seen me on the beach.
On the beach, yeah. We need her young. We need her hot. We need her now. We already know who that is.
Yeah, shake it off.
Oh, whatever. When was that Oscar for? Back in the 30s for King Kong?
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Talk about it in the bathroom. Hey, do you know a woman's fertility starts to decrease at age 25? I was like, there's so many quotes just in that minute-long scene. Well, at 50, it stops.
What stops?
Yeah,
her reaction
is great. That's
what stops?
Like, you're a good candidate. I mean, you're good to go. When the tests are back,
Yeah, that creepy nurse.
You're still the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world.
And that dude was so sincere.
He was so sincere. That's what I was like, this. I'm like, woman, this guy would have made you feel like he would have lit. I'm like, this guy is happy being your fucking presence.
Yeah.
Like, if you kissed him, he'd fucking lose his mind, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Don't look at my cholesterol levels. They're a disaster. Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Hello, I'd like to order.
Yeah.
She orders the substance. He's like, address. And he's like, write this down. Yeah, that's so trippy.
Yeah, that voice.
Yeah. So I was like, I wonder if it's the gay guy from the nurse.
I don't know. It might be.
It seems similar. Like,
yeah.
Too bad her boobs aren't in the middle of her face instead of that nose. Looks like everything's in the right place this time.
Yeah.
Please say your name, age, and measurements. I'm Sue. Where is she? Where is she? We're gonna make you Cindy. It's shorter. It's better. When he's talking to his assistant,
Oh, yes.
She's like, what's your name again? She's like, Isabella. He said, it's the best. It's time to call that. He said, we're gonna call you Cindy.
That's right.
It's shorter. It's better. I'm like, all right, guy. We will work around any mother, brother, sick fucking puppy you need to take care of. That's, for him to not be in the movie that much, he had a lot of quotes, though.
Yeah, he did.
He actually speaks more than probably both of them, truthfully.
I think he does, because he's all talk.
Mm-hmm.
He's that blowhard.
Yep, that.
Yeah, blustery blowhard. Yep.
I got a sack of tools, and I got a big hammer.
Oh, yeah, the neighbor. Yeah. If you ever need any help.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sue, and it's time to pump it up. Oh, you first see it. Don't you know? You got to pump it up.
Oh, my God.
And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Don't eat too fast. Oh. Hi, this is Elizabeth Sparkle. I'm 503. Yes. Right here. What has been used on one side is lost on the other side. There is no going back. Remember, there is no she in you. You are one. Respect the boundaries and you won't have any inconveniences. Click. I just saw you on TV. Holy moly. Makes me want to join one of your classes. It's long, isn't it? 7 days.
Oh, yeah.
It gets harder.
Oh, yeah, the old guy.
Each time to remember that you still deserve to exist. Has she started yet? Eating away at you.
That's the quote. That's the quote. Yes. That's what it was. Yeah.
Hello. Sorry, I'm in shock. Are you still there? Sorry, I'm in shock again. Circle those hips. Contract. And I'm like, bro, this is sex. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like,
I thought you loved this movie because of all the exercise. I'm like, wow, this people are really exercising. I know you're athletic, but come on.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I work out to it.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm pumping it up. I'm contracting. I'm circling those hips. It's just well done. Honestly, when I first saw it, I thought the workout show was some of the weirdest shit, but it was funny.
That's the body horror part of it.
Right?
Uh-huh.
She spends 7 days on the couch, stuffing her face in front of the TV. We're doing the cover of Vogue. Would you like to stop? The balance just needs to be respected. So respect it. Click. I'll show you some Jurassic fitness. Tell them who your little beauty secret is. I'm like shaking them old sagging titties on TV. Control yourself. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Hello. There's something going on. I'm out of stabilizer fluid. It's fucking 503.
Yeah.
She's like, it's like she knew that he knew he's like, bitch, you know who I am.
Yeah.
You know who's calling here. You know it's 503.
Yeah.
It means you reach the end. That's Get out! Get the fuck out!
Oh, yeah.
She's telling the dude to leave.
When she's in the bathroom.
She's in the bathroom all old. She locks the door.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, we have to get ready. It's
and dude just runs out,
holds his clothes. Yep, I'll be ass. I'm like, oh no, I'm like, that is not Sue in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hell. Like, it's like when she's on her period. I'm like, I'm out. I can't deal with this fella. We have to get ready. It's our big night. You have to come back. She said, you have to come back because I hate myself. I felt that line. I was like, oh, you have to hate yourself to do this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have to not like yourself to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
You would not do this if you were comfortable, happy, in your own skin.
Yeah.
So, smile! Pretty girls should always smile. I just need a better version of myself.
Oh, yeah.
And one more. It's me, Elizabeth. I feel like a dick, but it's funny.
That's how she says it. Yeah. And then it gets it gets to the point where they have to have subtitles.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's hilarious.
Just so you know what she's saying.
All right.
Oh.
So what's age the best?
Honestly, it's so new. It's everything. New.
Yeah, I had Demi Moore in the score.
Yeah.
The score is I listen to it all the time.
And the writing and direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I know it's fucking 3 months old, but it slaps, bro. What's age the worst? I had shoving older people to the side.
that always ages poorly.
Trash in your crib.
No, yeah.
Eating with your mouth open.
That is never cool.
Yeah,
trust me, that's never cool.
I was like, eating with your mouth open.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
That's rude to everyone around you.
And I said regifting.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Like, sexism.
Yeah. All that. Yeah. Like the treatment of women.
Yeah.
All that.
I can't believe that wasn't first.
Yeah, no.
I apologize, ladies.
I was thinking about old people.
Yeah.
Cruising nursing home.
Yeah, but you were thinking about old women.
I was thinking about old women. Yeah. I thought about my girl Jane.
Yes.
I thought about some older, I thought about Susan Sarandon. She looks fucking good. You need to watch, dude, in The Gutter, she looks incredible. I couldn't believe it. All right, most rewatchable scene.
Wait, that movie The Gutter with
Shameik Moore.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, she's incredible. All right, most rewatchable scenes. I had the opening scene.
Yes.
With the fitness, and you see her show.
Yeah, and then the car accident is in there too, right? The opening scene.
That comes after. I had the crawfish scene next.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Crawfish scene. Then I had the car crash.
Yes.
I said when she meets Fred, when she picked up the substance for the first time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When she takes the substance and Sue is born. When Sue meets Harvey. When Sue performs "Pump It Up."
Yes.
I mean, it's a rewatchable scene.
It is.
Don't you know?
Look, that whoever that one dancer with her, whoever the brown dancer was.
Yeah. That's what Cora said too.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, she was like the black girl in the back though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she said too.
See, Cora is definitely my daughter.
Yo, we talk about this all the time. She loves black chicks. So.
Oh wow, really?
Oh yeah, she was like, the black chick was the first chick I knew I like chicks.
Oh wow.
I was like, interesting. Jamaican. Wow. I was like,
wow.
Okay. I said when Sue disrespects time for the first time.
Oh yeah. And
Elizabeth discovers her finger.
Yeah.
When she runs into the guy who gave her the substance, who gave her the number.
Oh yeah.
That's a crazy scene.
Yeah.
When she's getting ready for her date with Freddie.
God, I know that's your favorite scene. But it's that sandpaper scene. That gets me too.
I was like,
that gets under my skin, and the teeth get under my skin.
Oh my god!
Those are the only two scenes that bother me.
Use of sound, bro. So use of sound in this movie is insane.
Every other scene I was okay with.
Yep. I said when Sue's ass bubbles on camera.
Yeah. And she's so worried about it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I would be too. And then the dude's like, oh, we saw some on the camera. And he's like, I'm like, yo, she was like, bitch, give me my robe. Come on.
Yeah.
She's like, come on, bitch.
Get it now.
Yep. She said, get it now. Right? I'm like, that's probably the first time she ever raised her voice to any of them guys.
Yeah.
Of course, I had the cooking scene.
Oh, yeah.
So funny. When they switch after the 3 months go by.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you see
what Elizabeth has become.
Yes.
When Sue and Elizabeth fight. Or I should say,
Elizabeth
when Sue beats the shit out of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but it's a crazy scene.
It is, bro. She Spartan kicks that. I was like, God damn, bro. She's kicking that door. She's like, I'm like, yo, why am I kind of scared of Margaret Qualley right now? Yeah. I'm like, this woman's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, because when she comes into the bathroom,
she kicks that she falls in that cabinet. I was like, she was like, and then she looks at her like, I'm like, God, girl, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're insane. When Sue goes to the New Year's party and starts losing her teeth.
Yes.
When Alyssa Sue Monstro is born.
Yeah.
When Monstro goes back to the party.
Yes.
And then I had the closing scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sue was able to do all that because since she wasn't actually like born,
she wasn't a real human.
Yeah, she didn't. She doesn't have that like conscience that we do.
Yeah, like the emotional side of things.
Yeah, whatever like spirit we have, that spark of life.
Because after she killed her, like once she dies, you see like the change in Sue, and I feel like she took all the consciousness, so she like got sad because she's like, "Holy fuck, I think I just killed myself."
Yes,
like
yeah.
So. Yeah, I think she does take full consciousness because there's no one to split it with now.
Yeah, it has to transfer.
Yeah, so it's like energy or something.
Yes,
like,
yes.
All right, best characters. I had Elizabeth and Alyssa Sue Monstro.
You don't think Sue was one of the best characters?
No.
Because sometimes we have a best and worst.
Yes, we do. I didn't put her in best and worst. Okay. She's only in worst to me.
Yeah, because...
she's an asshole.
Monstro Eliza Sue is innocent.
Innocent, yes. She's like Sloth from the Goonies.
Yes,
yes. That's like, you can't be mad at them.
No.
I'm just existing.
She just wanted a baby
She wanted a baby Ruth. Yeah. I'm scared too. I'm like, holy shit, this thing is huge.
Fine, I'll do the truffle show.
Right? Oh, Jesus. Worst characters. I had Harvey and Sue.
Yes, I agree.
Harvey is absolutely, obviously, one of the worst. Yes. But doesn't mean both of them weren't entertaining as fuck because they were. They're assholes, but nitpicks already talked about the closet nitpick I had.
And really, it's just like, and I think we kind of touched upon it. What's going to happen when someone goes to that
apartment? I had that unanswered question.
Yeah. Because that's kind of a nitpick, too. Like, I just need a resolution.
If I'm the neighbors, I'm like, yo, someone is dying upstairs, cops.
Because you hear that.
Hell, bro, you would hear somebody's face getting smashed into a mirror. Like, dude, this bitch got kicked. She got Spartan kicked through a poster that's as big as this whole wall. Now.
Yeah.
Like, it was glass. That table?
Yeah.
Like, come on. All right, recasting couch.
All right. Now, for Elizabeth and Sue, I go painfully obvious, but only if you count Fair Game and infomercials as acting. Cindy Crawford and her daughter.
That's a cop-out, but it's great.
I know.
I mean, it's great.
It's a cop-out.
Actually...
Because it would be perfect, wouldn't it?
I didn't even... That's actually...
What's her name? Kaya Gerber?
Kaya Gerber. That's
Cindy Crawford and Kaya Gerber.
Can Cindy Crawford acting chops? That's the main thing.
Now, the thing is, I said she was in a movie with Billy Baldwin called Fair Game in the 90s, and she does infomercials.
She ain't pulling this roll off. I love the casting.
Yeah.
If this was a short movie, like a 20 or 30 minute movie, or like a Black Mirror episode or something,
then maybe.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But as far as like it looks, I mean, you can't.
Oh, you can't go wrong. I mean, that's the best old to young version you're gonna get. I actually love that. I can't lie. As far as look wise,
and I think. Since her daughter's probably a better actor than she ever was, she might be able to help her.
Help her up. All right, now listen, I know I seem ditzy here, but I actually know what I'm doing here.
She could have her, Kaya Gerber could have her buddy Rachel
S. come help her out.
Help her out.
And the girl who directed them, she can go ahead and direct them. You know what I mean?
Holy shit, because Bottoms was like a Fight Club. And all the fight scenes and stuff. And they could have David Cronenberg.
Yep, Emma Seligman can come in.
Dude, Cronenberg can do the body horror scenes to help out.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Yeah.
And see, I thought about Emma Seligman too, actually, when I was doing directors. The only thing that kept me from pegging her was her age. She's young as shit. She's like 30. So I'm like, I feel like you need a woman with a little more experience in life to get what's going down.
I was thinking Patty Jenkins because she did Monster.
She did.
Yeah, she did Monster, and she did the Wonder Woman films. So she has like the feminine thing, and she knows action too because of the Wonder Woman stuff.
That could work actually.
Now for Harvey, just really quick, I'll just do it.
Go ahead.
He sounded to me like Harrison Ford. And I was like, Harrison Ford,
he could kill this.
Yeah, because Harrison Ford, when you see him when he's not acting, he's in like interviews, he seems like that asshole.
Yeah.
And I think he would be great.
He would be good as that. Like, they do have a similar look too.
Yeah. Or Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner could do it.
Yeah, because his voice is kind of like that now too. If you've ever been forced to watch Yellowstone.
Yeah. Yellowstone. Hey,
Oh,
that's actually two good picks. I like both of them.
yeah.
All right, I'll get to. I had a couple like sets. So
Okay.
for Elizabeth and Sue, I had a set. So I went with one set: Gina Gershon,
Okay.
who's still fine as hell,
Oh yeah.
and Sophie Thatcher. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
She was just in that movie Heretic. Here, let me show you.
Yeah, please. My phone is charging, so I don't have it.
Let me show you Sophie Thatcher. I was like, I might not know Sophie Thatcher.
I think you mentioned her before.
I might
because the name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah,
that's the one with Hugh Grant, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. She's
or even
she's got to look to her, bro.
Or even if you're going with Gina Gershon, the woman who was taking the tickets in the 4:30 movie, like Gina Gershon and her.
How old is that chick?
She's probably like late 20s.
I don't know. She was hot, but I feel like she was like.
Because she kind of looked like Gina Gershon.
She did a little bit, definitely with the hair. She did,
Yeah.
actually. Does that chick have the chops, though? That's the question.
I don't know. Like we said, more dialogue is with like Harvey than anyone else. So you really just have to, look good.
Look good. Well, and of course, role you got.
But yeah. The older female.
Sue, you could probably get away with more just looking good. But I feel like Margaret Qualley's experience added touches to the part that made it stand out more. Like the single tear with the tooth. Like, that's skill right there. That was skill. Then I had went blind.
Okay.
Michelle Pfeiffer and Elle Fanning or Kaylee Spiney for Sue.
Who would look more like Michelle Pfeiffer?
I feel like probably Elle Fanning with the hair color.
Yeah, I think so.
But I just love Kaylee Spiney's vibe for Sue. But she's kind of small. Kaylee Spiney's only 5'1".
Yeah. So Elle Fanning's taller, right?
Taller, way taller. She's like 5'8", I think.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Because Sue or Margaret Qualley, I think, is 5'8". So yeah, one of them. I do like your picks. I just wish Cindy Crawford could act.
Are you saying Fair Game is a bad movie with Billy Baldwin?
Never watched it.
I'm sure it's a bad movie.
I'm sure it's a bad movie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
Now my Harvey.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
My God, he would kill it.
He would kill it, bro. He's the right age now. He would kill it.
And he knows so much about the industry.
And he's very he's eccentric as shit.
Yeah.
He would love it.
I mean, look, is Harvey Weinstein available?
Right? Can we pardon him for a few months?
Yeah. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. used to do work release from prison way back when.
Did they really? For real?
Yeah, he would film movies.
That's dope.
And then go back to jail.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
He's still getting paid in jail.
Yeah.
For directors, I had two. I had Greta Gerwig or Emerald Fennell.
Who is the second one?
She did Saltburn and Promising Young Woman.
Oh, okay.
You already know who Greta G is.
Yeah. If everyone should know who she is.
Yeah, I mean, she made the biggest movie last year.
Yeah, if people don't know who she is.
Hey, who's that?
Yeah,
Don't watch media. You don't take in any media. So one of them two I liked. I did like who you said though for the Wonder Woman chick.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins.
Patty G.
Because she also directed that show that I'm always talking about with Chris Pine, that I Am the Night.
Oh, okay.
And
she's a little director girl.
Yeah, and she she can direct anything because she's directed, almost every type of genre. I mean, and holy shit, Chris Pine could probably be
Harvey. He is getting up there in age.
He is, and he does have like kind of like white or grayish hair.
Looking though. He might be a little too handsome.
Yeah, but after a point, we can't deny his ability.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's not that I don't think he could do it. I'm just like, Harvey shouldn't be so attractive. Because, that changes how you view people.
I got pissed off the other day. Felicia and I were at FYE, and I saw an action figure of his version of Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, that's dope.
And I was like, God, he was such a great Spider-Man. He was only in it for like 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah, but he was like one of the best ever. I'm like, God damn, I hate Chris Pine because I love him so much.
Yep. And wait till you watch Transformers 1. Chris Hemsworth kills it as Optimus Prime, bro. It's crazy. But
anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like any of the guys we said.
Sam Rockwell.
I said he was my next choice. I was like, my only thing was like, is he too young? Oh, but because he's 56, Tarantino's in his 60s.
Honestly, even like Robert Downey Jr. at this point too.
RDJ would be good too. Honestly, any of those, all of them guys could work.
Yeah,
that would be the easiest one.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if Jeff Bridges was like 15 years younger, I would have liked him.
If you're going like super creepy, you could go like James Spader.
Oh my
if you wanted to be like even creepier, you know what I
mean? He is a tripster.
Yeah.
He's a little heavy now, a little thick.
Yeah.
Probably needs somebody a little more in shape. He kind of chunky. After he was Ultron, he was like,
oh yeah.
That. He's like,
because he's on the blacklist.
Yeah. So, I like Costner.
Yeah.
I like Tarantino, and who else? Who'd you say before? Harrison Ford. I like him too.
Because Harrison Ford is just like Harrison, just play yourself.
Yep,
he would be great at it.
He would be funny.
And that's who Dennis Quaid reminded me of.
Yeah, it'd be different for him too.
Yeah,
like that'd be. He's never really played an asshole like that.
No.
Like that'd be fun. And dude, honestly, like I don't know. For the chicks, I kind of think Michelle Pfeiffer and Elle Fanning would work. I love your picks, looks wise.
Yeah,
Cindy Crawford ain't pulling this role. Like, it's not happening, bro.
But if she trains, I'm saying she might have the ability.
Maybe. That's a lot. That's a lot. Like that's a big role for someone who has not that much acting experience. Yeah, that's a big role.
It is, but she's been a model for like 40 years.
That is true. I mean, you are used to being in front of the camera.
Yeah, and you are sort of acting. You're just not saying words.
Yeah.
Because you have to act like you're confident. You have to act like, I mean, you might be, but I'm just saying, like, no matter what you're wearing, like, they could put you in an eye patch.
You think she's going to want to expose so much of herself?
Why not? Yeah. I mean, look, you have all these older ladies like Salma Hayek. Still looking fantastic.
Hell.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. These older women are, my God, she was in Austin Powers. Elizabeth
Hurley, she's still
you know what I mean? Like, all these older ladies are looking great. So why wouldn't they want to?
Crazy, yeah, show it off.
Yeah, let people know, like, yeah, I'm still whatever.
I do like that though. I like the mom-daughter combo. That's just pretty dope.
Just because you can't get as close, I think, unless it's like, let's say 20 years ago, maybe like Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson.
Yeah, that would have worked.
20 years ago, that would have been perfect.
Hell, if Andie MacDowell, and we recast her daughter.
Yeah,
like,
that's
that
true.
Could possibly work too.
Yeah, that's true.
Andie MacDowell, she's not going to dye her hair.
Yeah, because she's like great.
She's very embracing. She's very insistent on aging naturally.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not dyeing my hair. I'm not getting work done.
She's like, look, I was in Green Card. I was in Four Weddings and Funeral.
Yeah, bro.
I was in Hudson Hawk.
She was in Shortcuts, man.
She was.
Dude, Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Look,
Hudson James Spader.
Yes. And
boy.
Soderbergh.
Yes, Soderbergh. I love that movie. So good. All right, unanswerable questions.
I think it's just the thing about what happens after someone goes into the apartment.
Yep, I said, what did the cops say when they went to Elizabeth's apartment?
Yeah, that's really the only unanswered question. Yep. I mean, you can ask about the substance, but it's kind of already answered.
They explain it.
You can surmise.
You can guess. I'm like, you can use your brain.
Yeah.
Prop you want from the movie?
If they wouldn't have cut it out, no, that poster.
Dude, I said I want the big Elizabeth Sparkle poster. That's literally what I put.
Yeah.
I was like, the Elizabeth Sparkle poster, hang that bitch somewhere crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's the film. So
I'd give it an A.
Hey! Yeah. I'm giving it
A+.
100% A+. Fantastic. Hey, we did it, guys. We did it. I was worried. I was like, he's going to be like, what the
No, I was thinking like a 95 when I say it.
Yeah, dude, the message can't be denied.
No,
the creativity, the message, the acting, the style, it can't be denied. And like, dude, there's dudes who I like watched. I'm like, they probably hate it. They're like, dude, I fucking love this movie. They're like, I can't believe I did, but I did.
It's like it's weird because it's like feminist. The sexism part of it is for a reason because you're like you said, you're seeing it like how it affects women.
Mm-hmm.
And what drives them to self-destruction.
Yes. And it's not, the movie, the style of the movie is in your face, but the message isn't like, slap, slap. Like, this is what I want you to
Yes,
take
yes.
from it. The movie lets it breathe, and it lets you take it in how you see it as a viewer.
Yeah.
And it's one thing, it doesn't tell you how to feel at all. They never say Harvey's an asshole or Harvey's this. They never say that. No one says that. Like, they let you as the watcher figure out how you feel about it and how you think this should go about. It's like a Sean Baker movie. He doesn't tell you how to feel about his characters.
Yeah.
He just presents them as they are.
Yeah.
And I like that. So now we did the substance. Now it's time for the Baker train. So did we say we're going?
I think the Florida Project.
We're going to go forward to Lenora. Yeah.
No. Do you want to do Lenora first?
No. I think we should start with the Florida Project.
Okay.
Red Rocket and then Lenora, because I want you to see how he got there.
Okay.
And I think that's very important with his 2 releases before that. So yeah. So guys, we're about to get on the Baker train. Somebody got to give him some love. Seeing award season about to shit on him all year, which is crazy. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed The Substance. My favorite film of 2024. I am Dom.
I'm Jamie. Like and subscribe. Comment. Tell your friends.
This is a big movie. Share this, bitch. I know y'all seen this with your friends. Send it to them. Be like, listen to these goofballs. Break this thing down. And comment. Let us know what you thought of it. Yeah. And I want to know your favorite film of the year. And tell it to me. I probably saw it. So I'm Dom.
I'm Jamie.
And this is Cutter and 4.